Hello everybody, Torgal here and welcome back to Modsauce 2. The reactor's been running without any problems but one, and I'm gonna show you that to you in just a second. But first let's check here, it's full of power. 615 or 614 billion RF is stored. There is a tremendous amount, and you guys see I'm using about 5,000 RF a tick. And that is just all of my AE. That's the only thing that's running, nothing else. So, and that comes very close. Is there anything else? I can't recall anything else being running. The sifting is off, the quarry is off. The machines are not processing anything. Not the pulverizers are running, the ones that are making... No, I even turned those off. So it's just that. And I did one little mistake here when I was setting this up and showing you guys. I didn't get any power through the Tesseract, right? And I could not explain why. I'm like, what's happening? And then I'm like, maybe I need a one of these guys here between the Tesseract, right? But then I remembered that you need to change these outputs. You see that little green light? Change your configurator to configure energy. And then when you shift right click, now you see it shows in chat, transfer mode to output. So this is input and this is output. So I changed these two ports. And of course now I'm getting power. So that was the mistake that I did setting this up. And the other thing is, when I was, logging out and I was editing the video, and then Mike was over here taking another look, and then he let me know right away that this entire pool here was drained. There was no more water in it. And of course then I logged on and I couldn't explain why, right? We had one extra row right here. So this was water. So I added 2 in every direction, and I cannot explain why. I actually filled the pool, and I also made it 1 deeper, so it's 2 deep. I couldn't explain why it drained, so I filled it up and watched it, and then we saw that this and this row, but mostly this row, was gone. And then all of a sudden I saw it removed all the source blocks here, and then the whole pool drained. I have no explanation why. Because when you check it out over here, I did this little experiment. Imagine this is a pump, this is a pump, and then you could have a pump here also. It doesn't matter. Whenever you remove that one block here, you see, it makes a new source block. Same here, here. As long as you have 2 on the side, that water over there should always fill. And let me show you another example. Let's just make this something like this here. Let me just close this one here. So I can, oh come on, let's just make it a 4x4. It's good enough for explanation. Now when you use water in this, let me put it here for now, you don't need to fill the entire pool, okay? As long as you go around 2 sides, so right here, you see it's not spreading. It's spreading, but it doesn't make source blocks. But now if I come here and here, watch this. Everything turns into source blocks. That's just physics. These 2 make a source block, then these 2 make a source block, and that's why it's spreading over like this. So even when this drained all the water in here, with having this 1 extra row of water around it, this pool should have filled. So the only explanation I have is that these pumps here go into a wider area, like a radius of 1. Okay? And then I added 2 more just for safety measures. And since then, it has not emptied the pool again. It's been working, so I think that fixed it. And I'm gonna take care of this later, guys. Let me just... Oh, I can't. I need my inventory. Let me just close this pool. There we go. And... well, these I'm going to put in the ME. I really don't want to have this on me. Okay, so that was the only thing that was going on. But I cannot up the output. Right now, the fuel consumption is set to injection rate 6. These guys over here are all full. Like I predicted, well, actually, this one is empty, but from here on out. So I got 5 more that are always full. So pretty much this one is constantly drained, and this one is working too. These here never work. The other 4, they never do anything. That's also why down here you barely ever... Oh, the last one looks like it's doing something, maybe. Possibly. Very little. But we got lots of room here, right? We can easily keep up with this deuterium. But over here, it doesn't look good. It can keep up for currently. But check it out. All the way from the far left here, if I go through every one of these, they are all empty. Including this one. The only one that has some is this last one. So we are on the edge when it comes to these solar neutron activators that actually make this tritium, I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, and now when you check over here, this guy is full of liquid lithium, but it's empty of the brine. And this guy is full of brine and full of lithium, liquid lithium. So this guy here makes the brine as fast as it gets it, and it stays full. Okay, it's actually, I don't understand how there's never anything coming here. But, and also when I check these guys here, this one is empty, 2, 3, and I believe this one is full, this one is full, and this one is full. So I'm using half the brine I'm producing, and these two can easily keep up with all 6, because if this guy, you know, stays full, and this guy is full, that tells me these two can not produce as fast, not as fast as the 6 you're providing me. So, what does that mean? That means I made 22 more solar neutron activators. So the first thing I planned on doing is make this an even number. I don't know why I went with 9 on each side, but I wanted to make 10 over here, and also 10 over here. Let me get another one. And then I wanted to double this. Meaning I'm going to put another 20 on this side, mirror it. And let me just go ahead and set that up real quick. All right, it's all doubled. Underneath here, I just brought it over. So this is bringing that liquid lithium. And, right, I can never remember which side is which. Lithium is coming. No, liquid lithium is coming in, and we're making lithium to send to these guys. So this doubled now. We got 40 of them. And of course, this completely drained everything over here, right? Yes. Because, you know, it's got to fill all the internal storages. Ooh. This guy is not fully drained yet. Very interesting. And of course, these guys back here are probably now empty, empty, and empty. So what I'm going to do now is, until the end of the episode, I'm just going to let this run. Because I want these... I want to see how many of these are going to fill up now, okay? If it is like before, we should have 21, these 10, and the one in the end here, remember that was full. So we should have 21 that are filled. And then I should be able to crank this up to injection rate 8. And then next episode we check if it worked and how much we have left over, and then maybe we can get it to 10. Like I mentioned last episode, is that I want to push this to the limit as much as possible. Once this over here cannot keep up anymore, then we're done. That's plain and simple, because, you know, otherwise it's an endless circle. You know, then I'm going to double the towers, and I'm going to everything. So we're not doing that, but I want to push this setup here to the limit. And if I only needed to add 20 of these, it's fine. So we're doing good with everything. The consumption right now should not change. We didn't change anything here. We just added the machines over here. So let me think. Yeah, that is all for here for today. The end of the episode, sorry, not for today, but the end of the episode, we come back over here and check on this. Let me get you guys caught up about the wands. 2 episodes ago, we had a problem that we were not able to assemble this Mana Steel Entwined Living Wood wand. Man, that's a long name. Because we didn't have enough aspects to combine it in the Arcane Crafting Bench, crafting table. And we found out about the scepters. So between episodes, I made the gold banded Greatwood Scepter. And with this one, I could have already assembled this, but I wanted to make sure that I don't run into this problem again if something needs a lot. And I ended up making this one. It's not charged anymore because I used it for something, but this one has a capacity of 150. And you guys see I'm not charging it anymore because I am tired of running around and charging my wands. These are all 5 full, and this guy is almost all the way. Now the cool thing is, check it out about this guy right here. Yeah, when it's assembled, it has 0. I'm gonna have to craft something real quick so I can drain something out. This is the next thing I want to make today. Salus Mundus, I got that stuff. Let me see here. This guy right there, it's only 2. Let me see if I can find something that takes a little more. What can we make? Let me see here. Silverwood staff core. Where is something that we could make? That's a bummer. I can't believe I can't find something. Well, we can drain it in a different way. Okay, let's go ahead and make the portable hole that's another infusion that I want to not do until we get to it. Equal trade shock. There we go. Let's make this guy. Potato, 4 crystal, 4 shards. No problem. I don't have a potato? Wow, that's a bummer. Holy shnikes, I can't believe I have a single potato. What's the world coming to? Let's go get some potatoes from down here real quick. That is crazy. And of course I want to replant this real quick. It's so nice when you have these beginning farms and then, you know, something like this happens. It's nice. Alright, so let's go back to the Thaumcraft area. Oh, check it out, by the way, guys. I made this here, a Nomotron from Practicalities. And when you right-click it, it opens an interface. And you see I put my golden carrots in here. And whenever you're hungry, it automatically eats. Yeah, that's right, I'm lazy. The workbook, that's really what it is. So, there was a potato in the middle. Quartz. I think it was like this, and the air shards. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, cool. And now check it out. I'm going to put the wand in here, and of course it costs something. And you see now it's down to 9201 on 3 different aspects. The air, the ordo, and the perditio. But now when I put this on my bar, it just magically charges. And it's going to be full. What it does is take the mana out of my mana network because I have the mirror on and it charges that. So I never need to charge this wand manually. It just charges with the mana production that I have over in the Botania area. And we're going to make the other one eventually soon. That runs on the LP from the Blood Magic network. I want to have them all. So that is really cool. I'm digging it. That makes life a lot easier. Now, the other thing I did is I had the wasp spawner run actually for close to 12 hours. Okay, and you guys see we finally have over 1,000 of all the other ones because we were down at like 150, right? But the drive started filling up because I was at over 16,000 on each one of them, and now you see they're all at 14,999 because in the basement here I set up 6 trash cans with 6 level emitters and 6 export buses with the redstone card that exports those 6. Here's the fire one, or Ignis, this is the Perdition, you guys get it, all the way over to the air. And what I do here is simply check, hey, do we have 15,000 or more of this? If yes, turn on the redstone signal and then it will start exporting and avoiding them. Because I just don't see any reason to keep more than 15,000. And it allowed me to let this run a very long time. Hello, may I go up? Thank you. And, you know, fill up on these. So now I don't need to worry about any kind of aspects anymore. Either for the chemical construct or soon the infusion. And that is the next thing I want to get to. Is the infusion provider. Right there. Okay, the infusion provider, that's the big thing that we're gonna be able to hook up to the ME system and place over here, so I don't need to put any more jars. If I make an infusion, it will simply get it out of that. I don't ever need to worry about it. That's the biggest milestone to me, so I don't need to worry about anything. All I gotta do is feed these two here with all the aspects that I need, you know, more than usual. Like I need ITER. I need ITER for something I'm making here right now. I filled the whole jar. And there's another 192. So, you know, I always put a stack in each. So that gives us tons of these aspects now. Now, for this guy, I need 2 of these Essentia mirrors and they're made with Arcane Infusion. I need these guys right here with Aqua, Aether, and Permutatio. That's why I have all this stuff here. There's the ingots and the Ender Pearl. And I need to make 2 of these. So let me go ahead and craft these up real quick. So I made this infusion provider. I just finished that and I want to run the cable. I figured it, you know, you've seen an infusion done now a couple of times. It's always the same spiel. But I wanted to show you guys how I run the wire over to here. Just so you know how it's laid out, because this is quite an important one, I think. So down here, I guess I can close this up from here. I don't need to come back here like this. Everything closed. I almost fell in the lava just now, which was really funny. I came down underneath the skulls. Where do we need to go? To here. Okay. And we won't be able to see this later. And I can also remove these because we were able to see them with the magnum torch that was right here that I removed. So my thinking is, and I'm hoping it works, I do not know, that I can put the infusion provider down here. We won't be able to tell until we do our first infusion. And let me put the skull back here. Like that. So now that guy is underneath the matrix. So I'm hoping that it's going to be able to suck the infusions up here. I don't know if I'm going to need to be able to see this or not. I've never used it. So only time will tell. And I noticed I gotta fix this here. It's where I put the magnum torch a minute ago. So I didn't know where else to put it. So now our beacon here works again. So that is very cool. I'm very happy that this is down there now, and I just hope it works because, you know, it would keep the symmetry in this room very much. So now what do I want to do? I don't want to do any more infusions and stuff today, but there is something I wanted to show you guys of what am I going for overall. I think my main focus with Thaumcraft is I want to make use of the wands a lot. Okay, and that is in Thaumaturgy. Oh my goodness. I want to have every single one of these foci, okay? The portable hole is cool. Equal trade we don't really need because it's the same as this guy, the resonant exchanger. But we're still going to make it so we have it. And then we have the frost excavation. I'm even going to make that because I want to test it. I never really used it. And then, of course, this one right here, the shock. That's the one we just made. But by default, these guys aren't very powerful. You know, you gotta hit mobs multiple times with this. But there's this guy we can make, a focal manipulation. Okay? And I could make it already. But the problem, and this is pretty much an enchanting table for these foci. It says you can upgrade it up to 5 times. I don't know what the upgrades are, but you can make them more powerful and more powerful. And we could make this here already, but the problem is that it says... where is it? Upgrade. You also need to provide it with V's from relays and spent experience points. And what that is this right here. This V's network, okay? And you do that by having... I guess the best way would be to have a hungry node and then, you know, make it a good node, grow it, make it a good node, and then energize it because it becomes a very powerful. I have to look into that part because we can make our own nodes, okay? And I want to see if we maybe go that route. That would be pretty cool. But you need this harnessing V's, okay? I guess you put that over a node or something, and then that is pretty much like a wireless network. Then you have these lasers. So we have to get to that. That tells me that we need to have some nodes. And I don't have much experience with nodes, besides flying around and charging them like a knucklehead all day long. But with the help of Mike, I have collected a lot of nodes. Okay, and what I would like to do today is, maybe you guys will find that interesting too, I hope, is I want to go to, let me pick up this chest. I would like to go to the mining age, because I've learned, or I read up on it, that there's the thing called node bullying. That's what it's called. Now, before we can actually get started with the node bullying, I need to make an advanced node stabilizer. I just made 6 regular ones, and one of them we're going to turn into an advanced one, and that is going to be the last infusion I'm going to show on camera. At least for the time being. If there's like some super amazing thing that we're gonna make or something eventually, I'm gonna show it again. But this time I want to show it one more time to see if this infusion provider actually works. Now this is a dangerous infusion right there. So I made 2 of everything. The Elementum, the Nitor, there's always an extra one, the redstone blocks. And I'm hoping that nothing will go wrong and this actually works. So let's see if we get lucky. Oh, it looks like it's working. Oh, can it get through the glass? It looks like the aurum is going down. Guys, that works. I do kind of want to remove that piece of glass. So it... Oh, let's see if we can do that while we are... waiting for this. Can I reach it? No? Oh, I guess I can just do it from up here. I don't think it cares. Very carefully. 1, 2. Yeah, now the smoke can go up here or whatever that is. Where did my glass go? There it is. I have the magnets disabled right now. What? Oh, I picked it up with the Matter transport. I wanted to close it. Oh, that is awesome. I'm really digging this. I'm very happy that it works, guys. So now we know it works from underneath. And when this guy is done, I'll go bring it over into the mining age and show you guys what I have prepared over there. I made a bunch of other parts also from Automagi, and we're gonna try to automate the bullying today, actually. I don't want to do it by hand, but enough. I'll explain it all in just a second. Guys, I just want to let you know that Thaumcraft is so much fun when you have it automated with Applied Energistics via the Essentia provider at Alchemical Construct. So you don't need to, you know, put those aspects in there, and you can make like these crystalline eyes on the go and the red crystals and Nitor and all that stuff. And then having that infusion provider, you can just do stuff. I'm having so much fun with that right now. I've never had this much fun with Thaumcraft before, ever. I'm absolutely digging it. But now let me try to explain a little bit on what we're trying to do with this node bullying, okay? And first off, I wanted to give mad props to Akko the Builder. And I'm going to put a link to a video that I found of his where he explains a lot of the different aspects on node bullying and how to automated and stuff like that. So I got a lot of ideas from him there, and I want to give him props for that. So look for that link down in the description and watch it. So now, what are we trying to do? We need a energized node, and this energized node is going to shoot laser through our Thaumcraft area to certain receivers. Okay, that's how I'm going to describe it. And for example, that node thingy, the node whoops, what was that called again? I just want to make sure I get the name right. That is under here. This guy right here, the focal manipulator. And then, of course, there's also this thing right here, the V's charging relay, that you could put on an arcane work table. And then the wand that you have in it would automatically get charged via this V's network, okay? It's wireless V's, that's what it is. So, and for that we need an energized node. An energized node charges, or is how do I explain this best? Right here. It says it very in here that it's pretty much you pull it out of another dimension, a very small amount, but very consistently, okay? So you don't need to constantly wait for a node to recharge, that kind of thing. I think it will make more sense when it's actually in place how it works. But in order to do that, we want to get a really good node, okay? I could just take all these nodes here, okay, and put a wand recharge pedestal if I didn't have this guy. Of course, I got to bring them closer together. And they will, you know, charge that wand automatically. And then slowly but surely they will regen their, the V's, the aspects they have it on here. Like this one, you know, 20 to mine Ignis, 43 per detail. Now, the difference is, by the way, this is a normal node. Okay, and I did find a Sinister in my collection, by the way. And this one I got from one of these, you know, guys know these little hills that you can find, and then you can walk in, and there's like a few zombie and skeleton spawners, and in the middle a pit. And there is a node, and that's where you can get these Sinister nodes. And I also have a fading one over here. So this one is ready to die, pretty much. Sorry, I had a little cough there. And then all the other ones are normal. And then I got lucky. I don't know where I got it from. Or maybe Mike got it for me. This is a bright node. It has 95 aqua. So, when you bully nodes, when nodes talk to each other within 5 blocks. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put a node here, it will talk to this one. I think it's 5. Yeah. Outside of that, so that's why I have them spaced with 7 gap. None of these will bully each other or talk to each other, pretty much, okay? So now what we're trying to do is absorb all the other nodes here into this one. That's the main goal that I have with it. Now, the thing is, there's these stabilizers, okay? When you put down a node stabilizer, and let me just put one right here, bam. And I just said bam again. And let me take this guy and put it on here. Oop. Yeah, and you see there's no sparks flying in here between these two nodes. Because it is in a node stabilizer, it will not talk to anything else. Now, if you have an advanced node stabilizer, I believe that the advanced one can talk to nodes around it and absorb them that are not in a stabilizer. I believe that's how I understand it. So now if I take this guy, and it doesn't matter if we waste a little bit, you guys are going to see sparks here just in a second. There we go. You see it just lost 1 ordo, and it has a chance of gaining that. So if it absorbs all 31 and 29 of this, you might only get 10 and 5 of that. But the cool thing is that if I now take, it has 31, and I put it back here in the stabilizer, it can recharge itself, okay? It slowly loses pretty much the max amount it has. So this was a 3229, you know, and eventually it's down to, let's say, 2010. And it cannot charge any higher. But the trick is that you kind of want to stop the absorption before they are at 0 or 1 low and let them recharge. And then when they're recharged again, you take the node stabilizer off and let it charge again. So that way you can use this node over and over and over, trying to absorb it into this one. And eventually after days or weeks, I have never done it, so I cannot say how long it takes, but I believe a long time, it will, you know, die. It will be gone, completely drained. So all absorbing these all, I don't know if I'm going to do them all or not. I have no idea, but I do kind of want to automate this. And before that, I actually wanted to try out one thing, and let me grab that real quick. All right, now for this testing here, I'm just going to grab this fading node over here because I don't care if we lose it or not. And I am going to put it on here so it's enclosed. Yeah, did I bring any levers? I don't have a lever on me. That's a bummer. I needed some of those. My bad. Because I wanted to test out if the imaginary time block will actually speed this up. In Akko's video, he used the Torturinos, and that made it faster. And I thought we'll give it a try, so we can put a lever here. Let's just the range, and let's put it right there. Tesseract, and of course, get the big one. And it needs to be receive only fusion reactor. Looks good. So now if we take this off, does this look like it's going to speed it up any? It's hard to tell. It looks like it's running. So there was 1, 2. I can't tell if it's faster or not. It does look like it is doing something. So that is definitely good. Oh, look at that. Now we got 1 Tera and 2 Perditio on there already. So now we know how to bully. Okay. Now what we need to set up is an automation that turns these node stabilizers up on when this node gets low, okay? And apparently, and let's test this real quick, with vanilla first, a comparator, and apparently, oh, it's measuring the stabilizer, not the node. Okay, I'm guessing that is what these things are for. So, the V's reader. That is a block from Automagi. And apparently we can, well, read V's. And there's these crystalline eyes. And when you shift right click something, you heard that? It's now tied to it. It shows watching the coordinates and it says an aura node. And then we can place the... What just happened? Watching V's reader. Okay, I thought that we can place that on there. What just... Maybe I gotta shift right click? No. Now it's watching the V's reader. I get it. Now we need this remote comparator and need to place that into this. And now we can put it here. Yes, but actually let's get rid of this for a second. And actually just put regular redstone. Interesting. There is no signal coming. I thought that that will give us a signal strength. Let's get this off of here again and just check. It is watching the aura node. And I thought that when you place this on here, is there any other redstone on any sides? No. Okay, so maybe, let's see. This guy, how do I... Is this the one where I gotta use... Oh, guys, this is all new to me. Yes, okay. Node total capacity, output inverted, all. Output all. Let's see if I get a redstone signal here. 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 No. Alright, I'm gonna have to tinker around here. What are all these colors for? I'm not sure yet, guys, how that works. Alright, Dragon was over here for, I think, close to an hour, and I think we figured everything out that we need for this project, and it's really cool. But first, I wanted to show you guys how it works with getting this redstone signal, okay? So, again, we press, actually, this node is, I guess this node is fine. That's the one we've been using. No. Where's that weak one? There it is. That's the one we've been using. So I tied it via this crystalline eye to it now, and you put that remote comparator on top, and then you place the eye in it. And now this gives the signal strength down here. You see, when I hover over it, it actually shows me. And then we can put redstone there, and you guys see power 9 in Wayla. So that shows us that the node is, well, not halfway, but quite a lot drained already from its full state, right? Because we started with, I forgot now, it was a lot higher, but we've been using this for as our test subject, so it's been drained quite a bit. So that's how this works. So we got that understood. Now, how are we gonna use this for us? And for that, I wanted to show this in pretty much vanilla over here, okay? Let's say right here, we're gonna have this reader. And we're getting the signal strength from the node via that. And we send that in the comparator, okay? And I have that simulated over here right now. Where's it getting? I gotta turn this guy off. Okay. I have this simulated right now with here. So you see 15, and we're going down to 2. I want the node stabilizer to have its bubble on when it's a signal strength of less than 3. So at 3 and up. No, at 2. Yes, at 2, I want it to turn on the bubble. So we know, I don't want to do it at 1 just in case something goes wrong, okay? So signal strength 3 and higher, I want it to be on. 2 and lower, I want it to be protected via that stabilizer bubble. And that's what we did here. Okay, and we want to make sure that we don't have, you know, a long trail going around, and how we're going to compare it. And then Dragon actually told me about this dim red crystal. And you can set a reduction. Check it out. With the wand right now, when I click on it once, it's going to go to 5. Redstone signal strength capped set to 5. You still have to give it a redstone signal strength, but this is 15. It's set to 5. You get 4. Because this is 5. So 15, 5, 4. And for our purposes, we want to set this to 4. Okay? So this signal coming in, it compares to this one, 3. We're at 2, it's off. If the node is any higher, which I'm going to emulate via this one, now I'm getting a signal of 13. 13 is higher than 3, that's when it's on. And disables the node stabilizer. I hope this makes sense over here. But let me show it to you now how we're going to set this up. But first off, we did read about a cube design where you can have nodes, 8 nodes in range of the one you want to drain into. This is our that bright one. What is it called? It's not pure. It's a normal bright one, yes. And I did make this advanced node stabilizer and I have it on there, but I don't think it is needed because it just protects it from being drained from other ones that are possibly bigger and so on. So I don't think there's any reason here. But now how we're going to set this up is we want to keep all 8 nodes in range of this one in the middle, but out of range of each other. So this cobblestone, this, and that are the 4 nodes over here, and then of course the other 4 over there. You guys see there's a node stabilizer. And I just set this up with cobble and dirt so you can get a better measurement, okay? So on these bottom ones here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty spaces. So these 2 can never talk to each other. And this is going to be a node, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be a stabilizer. Let's put these right now, just so there's no confusion. The same with this one. And the same with this one. I had to make a couple more because I did not expect to go with the 8 design. But you guys see here, there's node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 node. So there's 5 in every direction space, but they're all in range of this one in the middle. Okay? So now let me just take all this down. So it's going to be easier to see everything. I'm so worried with this imbued pick here in the near the nodes. Knock on wood, nothing has happened so far. And a couple more things. I don't really care if I lose any of these nodes. I just don't want to lose this one because it would probably take me a long time to find another one that nice. Alright, so now everything is gone. And for now, I'm going to build it here and leave it here. But I actually like this design so much, I might incorporate it over at the main base somehow. So, now let's set this up on how we're actually going to do it. So let's get the first node over here. And let's continue with the one that we had already. That is this one here. Doesn't matter. I can always exchange them. So this node is there, and you guys see node stabilizer is now on by default. It will not give this any power. It's protected. But coming in here, we need to have one of these red crystals. They're pretty much redstone exactly, okay? But I like it to stay with automagi. So I think that fits very nicely. And now in front of this, we're gonna need our comparator, like that. And now to the side here, we need another. I just like to use, actually on this one here, sorry, we need the, where is it? The dim reduction thingy here. The one where I say only give it 4. And it will give 3 to this one, okay? That's how this works. And of course, I still need to give it a redstone signal. So we're gonna put the lever here, like that. So now the comparator compares to this signal. And over here, we're going to have our V's relay. That's what it's called, V's reader. And on top of that, we are going to have our comparator. And now I actually take this crystalline eye, tie it to this, and put it on here. And you guys see, because the signal strength was 9, it's higher than, this is 4, so it gets 3. Don't forget that. it's higher or equal to 3, it sends a redstone signal and it disables that vis reader. And now this guy will talk to this node and maybe we'll see the lightning here. We did notice that the further these nodes are apart, the less frequently you're gonna get these exchanges via, there's one. So it does work. So I hope this makes sense, okay? It's really not complicated. We're reading with this vis reader, this node, and then the comparator gives the strength, currently 9, into this comparator. It compares it to a signal from the side here, which is reduced to 3. And because it's higher, it gives it a redstone and disables that. So now once this node here, it has a signal strength of 2. 2 is less than 3. It will disable this redstone signal and the bubble will turn on. Okay? So that is how this works. And now the other thing is that I read about, I could not really confirm it if it's true or not, but apparently when you have crystal clusters in the area of a node, it will recharge faster. So I figured it doesn't hurt. I'm just going to put 3 around each one of them. Let me see. We might even be able to put them to the side of them. No, so I'm going to have to put a block or something. We'll figure it out. And I'm going to now mirror this here to these 4 and also to these 4. And then we'll pick the nodes together, which we're going to put up there so you guys can see it. Looks pretty cool. I like this contraption a lot. I really dig it. I can't wait to see, you know, when one gets low, if it's actually going to turn on the shield. But I'm very sure it does because of all the testing we did over here. Let's see what we got so far. Oh, it's sucking them up. Look at that. This is all 6 primals, so that's good. I only have primal. I don't have any of the compounds around here. This one is a nice and big one. I seem to be very low on things like Ignis and Ordo. I think here's Ordo. Yeah, but I'm very low, so I'm going to have to find some of those. But who knows, you know, how long this is going to take and so on. But I want to take it one step further because we can. You guys know it. And that is, I figured what I wanted to do is, I made 8. I had 1. I made 7 more of these imaginary time blocks because I want to see if they possibly work. Okay, so I figured we're gonna put one right there. I just want to kind of, how am I gonna do that? One right there, one right there. And like I said, I don't know if they work, but if it doesn't, it's okay. It's not really wasted or something. We might use them another day somewhere. I'm pretty sure I need to get this one higher. Let me get my dirt stick or something. Right here. It should be working if I put it there. Is this? It's not underneath. I should probably do it the same way. Now, I don't think that it matters. I don't think there's a line of sight. I hope not. That would suck if there is, but you know, when the episode is over, I'm gonna be over here a lot and keep my eye on this, and I'm having a lot of fun playing with this. But we still have to set up the power for this, which fortunately we don't have any more issues with. That's why we can do this, because these guys need a lot of power. So now where am I gonna put this tesseract? I'd say right there. And then we come out like, hello? Like this? Is this lined up? Yes. And like this and that. And then let's come over and down like this, and the same on the other side. Let's keep our eye on this for... I should have put these one higher, so they're on the height from the node. Because I don't know if this thing needs to be powering this, or if it needs to be powering this. Does it go in a sphere? I just don't know. Guess what? 1 more, 2 more. Total overdrive. That is 10 of them. I have no idea. I do feel like it is working. But I can't really be sure that it does. It looks like it has still not gotten any aqua and so on. So guys, absolutely crazy contraption. I love it. I had tons of fun with this. Now, of course, the last thing I want to do is, I'm going to take a screenshot of this right now. You guys, when you see that thumbnail, you're going to be like, what is he doing? Last thing I want to do is a chunk loader. I moved that, by the way, so now this is chunk loaded. So I can let this run, but I want to go back to the fusion reactor. Sorry about the Skype, guys. Let me turn that off real quick. Come on, let me do it. There we go. And I wanted to check on these guys, like I said, so we can crank this up. All right, so this is empty. I'm just gonna do, you know, sporadic checks here. Empty, empty, empty. Are you kidding me? All right, there's a full one. There's a full one. Okay, so over here, there better be everything full. Because I over doubled this. We added 22, went up from 18. Okay, so these are all full here. How about there? Okay, so, man, let's check one more thing up here. This guy's still full. This is the same it was before. These three are probably empty. He is full. He, desalination tower. Wow, okay, no change in that. So let's crank this up to 8, guys, and we'll check out next episode. Bam, 8. And now you guys are gonna see this go up from 600,000 to 800,000 RF a tick. I know we're not using it, guys, but ooh, let's see. We were at about 5,000 RF when we started. So adding these few imaginary time blocks went up by almost, yeah, about 3,000 RF a tick. But I don't care. I mean, this is what this is for. So we don't need to worry about anything power related anymore. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode and Thaumcraft and playing with these nodes. And hopefully you learned something. If you have any tips or tricks about this, sorry for the loading screen here in the end, but I want to get back to the nodes. Oh, I went to the wrong place. Yeah, and we got the fusion thingy, the infusion provider done, and so on. I'm very happy. I liked it. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys did too. And if you did, please go down and hit that thumbs up button. And like I said, go down in the comments. Let me know if there's any tips or tricks you guys have about this here. I'd love to learn more. This is the first time I played with nodes and bullying, and it could be all wrong, but I don't think so. I hope not. Anyways, guys, on that note, until next time. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.